Sup? It's Greggatron. This, 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 this. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah. 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 This is Do you like my shirt? Yeah. I like this shirt. Yeah. So this video is for Terri Strange and Ethan Hawke. I call him Ethan Hawke. His name is Jamie Russell. So if you don't know, my good friend Terri Strange is getting married to Jamie Russell, aka Ethan Hawke. Congratulations, you two. That's right. They've been engaged for a little while now. So this video is for you guys. Terri Strange, I can't remember the first time I watched her or listened to her, but I've known her for about a year and a half maybe. And I really like her channel. I fell in love with her little channel because there's different reasons. One reason is it's real relaxing, it's real peaceful. It's easy to listen to. That's number one. Number two is not every episode's about the same thing. She'll do different types of shows. Some shows, they just call them chill streams, where she's talking about what's on her mind. Then there's other shows where she might be reading a book. Then there's other shows where she might be showing off art or whatever. And then she'll just do like smaller videos that are not live streams about whatever. But probably my favorite thing about her show was when she would have guests on, including me and other people. Chattard, Chris, Adriana Flowers, Zealot's Den, Zenny, He Black, C-Sal, Latin Callie, Daniel, Lupin, Jamie, obviously. That's the best thing about her show. The best thing about her show, in my opinion, is when me and other people, whoever wants to get on, gets on and just talks that stuff. Mr. Mad, she really gives us the avenue to just go in and talk stuff. And there's been episodes in the past where people really are getting stuff off their chest. And before she was with Jamie, Terri would just sit there and let anyone just talk any type of stuff, like, for a while. And she would just wait, you know? She would just let that stuff happen. People were actually, like, airing out their grievances about life. Like, she was some type of therapist or something. It was funny. And then we'll do, like, little games. We did this one game where we would do movie quotes. Remember that? We would do a quote and then everybody else had to guess what the movie was from. But anyway, people were really like getting stuff off their chest. And that stuff was fun. Now later, when Terri got engaged to Ethan Hawke, he started being the moderator. So he's like, okay, you be quiet. You go ahead. Or he'd say like, all right, first you, then you, then you, then you, then you. Because prior to Jamie, a lot of people would just talk at once. It was like chaotic and unorganized in many cases, not all the time, but now with Jamie, it's much more organized and orderly. So shout out to him. But let me talk about this couple. So they really are a good couple. And I'm really glad they crossed paths. And I noticed Terri is a lot more feminine now. Because she used to curse at times. And she would say like some rough stuff. But now whenever Jamie's around, she's a lot more feminine. She's a lot more ladylike. So that's nice. And they're close to the same age. But if you look at them, they look like a couple. They look like they could be a couple. But as far as I know, he loves her and she loves him, and things appear to be working. That's all that matters. I told Ethan Hawke in private, I was like, hey, let me tell you something, buddy. It wasn't really in private, it was in the comment section. I was just asking him questions to verify, to make sure he was good people. I was making sure he was the truth. I'm not going to say all what I asked. I'm sure you can find it in the comment section of one of his videos somewhere. The bottom line is, I had to do my due diligence. I had to make sure, my girl was with a good guy. And he is a good guy. So once he answered my questions, I was like, okay. Right on, buddy. Because she's a really good friend of mine. And I did tell him this. I said, she's a very special person. She's a very special person. And I told him, protect her at all costs. She's in a chair. It's a scooter. I call it the good chair. Well, I'll make a joke. Like, because she lives in Portland. And, every city has its dope fiends or whatever. And sometimes on her stream, she'll talk about stories where her and her girl were approached by some junkie or whatever. Anyway, I told her months ago, I was like, hey, you need to keep some heat underneath the good chair. I don't think she does that. Just put some duct tape on a gun and put it underneath it. Yeah. And I didn't even know she was in a chair until much later on. My point is, I told Jamie, you need to make sure you protect that woman. Protect that woman. Because a lot of people love Terri. And I'm not trying to make it sound like she's just helpless. I'm just saying, as her husband, you're all she got, buddy. This is it. So, I'm happy for both of you. Most deaf. And I was invited to the wedding. That's right. So, I'll be at the wedding. Ooh, before I forget, I want you guys to give me a tour of y'all's city. Because when I see your videos, a lot of the buildings do look really nice, real beautiful. So I want to see y'all's hangout spots. I want to meet y'all's friends. I already met that one guy, Comrade. Is it Conrad or Comrade? As in, like a soldier who you work with. I think it's Conrad. He's their neighbor or something. He was cool people. So, hopefully I get to meet y'all's people. Obviously at the wedding, y'all's people will be there, but we talked about skydiving. That was a joke. But whatever you guys want to do, let me know. We'll definitely get it in. And I got the whole first week of November I'm taking off. So we can kick it. I don't know how much work y'all are taking off. I don't know when the honeymoon is and all that stuff. Or if you're even having a... Some people don't have a honeymoon until like a year later. Because some weddings are expensive. But I don't think this is going to be like a super expensive wedding. I know it's at their church. But yeah, it'd be cool to hang out with y'all. Finally. Yes, but Jamie is good people. Good guy. And he also has a YouTube channel. It's called Jamie Russell-CME. Yeah. And now that they're getting married, I think they should just make Terri's channel into both of their channels. And I did notice one thing. Whenever Terri is live and Jamie's not there, it'd be chaos. But if Jamie is live and if Terri's not there, it's orderly and neat. So that's kind of one way to explain their relationship. Think about that. Because without Jamie, Terri is out of control. So we need him to keep her afloat. Because we've had some episodes where it was like chaos. Like chaos in a good way. Where everybody's yelling and screaming and throwing stuff. And Terri's just like, whoa. But when Jamie's around, everything is like, like, hey, we need to respect this man in this man's house. Because one thing about Terri, she's real nice. She's a nice lady. Now, she will tell you if she doesn't like somebody. But, again, what I like about her show, for the most part, she'll let anybody call in and be on there. People be cursing. Who's that one dude? Hart, what's his name? Wild Heart. He's another one. Be talking stuff. He be talking mad stuff about us Americans. I think he's acting, though. I think he's putting on a front just to stir up our spirit. I don't think Wild Heart really believes what he's saying. I think he tries to get a rise out of us. But yeah, everybody who's connected to Terri, for the most part, they're all good people. And one thing I'll say about Terri is she has this thing to where she just attracts people. She draws people on to her. And I know it's genuine because we all come from different walks of life. You get every type of person in her chat and who call in. So it's not like there's just one specific group of people who follow her. Nah. We all come from different backgrounds and we all have different mindsets. But the one thing we have in common is we like Terri. So that's why it's genuine. Because we don't have anything in common but Terri in many cases. So she's got this aura, I guess you could say. And she's real chill. Yeah. Now, she does have her haters too. I ain't gonna say the names of the haters. They know who they are. They'll call me a simp just for making this video. I can't believe you were talking about that woman for 15 minutes. You simp. They used to call me a simp for sending her super chats. Like, I send a lot of people super chat. But I learned the more popular you get, the more haters you will have. There was an episode of Punchy TV where they talked to this lady called, I can't remember her name, something Valentine. Anyway, I went to her channel and she has a lot of viewers, but I was in the chat one time and like 90% of it was hate mail. And she saw my comment. I was like, wow, you have a lot of haters. And she's like, yeah, that's just how it be. So the bigger you get, the more popular you get, the more haters you will have. That's why I don't mind being like a smaller YouTuber. I don't need all them haters. But she deals with the haters, Terri that is. She deals with them in an okay way. Yeah. So, I could talk for another 17 minutes, but y'all ain't got time for that. It's a great show. You get people on there who call and they start singing. But I do genuinely feel that all of us, we are friends. Like, we really are connected. Because the longer you listen, the longer you call in, you'll start to pick up on stuff. And you'll start to remember stuff about this person and that person and this person and that person. Or if you're on the show and a certain someone is not on the show, you're going to be like, where's so-and-so at? I haven't heard from so-and-so lately. Because you're just used to seeing that person. Because you're to the point where you're like, now we're connected. So like, see, I wasn't trying to talk, but now I'm talking some more. I've had times where my phone doesn't even tell me it's live until I open it up. I'm like, oh, Terry's on. So I'll open it up. I'm reading the chat. And people are talking mad stuff about me. I'm like, I just opened up my phone. So I'm scrolling through it. I'm like, why y'all talking about me, man? Always starting some stuff. But that's the proof that they love me too. You know you're loved when mother lovers talk about you when you're not even there. But it's fun. It's all in good fun. Because there are people who always try to start stuff, get us to battle in the chat or verbally. And then you get people who are like, oh yeah, like Tar Baby Yoda, for example. You get people who are like, call in, call in. I don't feel like calling in today, man. Maybe next time. Yeah, man. But we have fun. We've been having fun. And we're going to continue to have fun. Yeah. So something tells me, and I could be wrong, but this is going to be one of the best weddings ever. Yeah. I got nothing more to say. Congratulations, my people. And as far as all the good people, I'll talk about that in another video. Who are all the good people? Don't worry. You two are two of them. Y'all are my peeps. Y'all are my people. Oh, and for the wedding, I think I'm going to cut my goatee off. That's what I'm thinking. I usually cut it off once a year around this time. October, November, somewhere in there. Maybe September. But normally I cut it once a year. So for y'all's wedding, I got to clean myself up. Nah, I mean. So don't freak out and be like, that's not Greggatron. I can hear Terri right now. Like, that's not Greggatron. Greggatron has a goatee. And then I'm going to be like, I'm his evil twin brother. Nah. Yeah. But it's going to be a good time. Dang good time. So, I'm going to talk to y'all. If you haven't subscribed to Terri Strange by now, you're missing out. You are missing out. And shout out to the good cat, Nero. Nero is my knee. Grow. That's my guy. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.